Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F1 2021 here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Thank you for your support continually on Season 3 as we progress further forward. Yesterday was a bit rubbish. Today should be better. And weirdly, as we've reloaded the save here on stream the next day, the weather's changed for the weekend. It was always going to be a dry race, but now it's going to be a dry quali too. It initially was going to be thumping it down with rain at the beginning of qualification and drying towards the end. Now it's just dry throughout. So a fully dry weekend in Baku as we try and get our season back on track. We've got stuff in the R&D process on its way through. We continually are improving, and George is certainly now the absolute favourite for the world title, as he's now got a win under his belt and he's only 4 points off Lewis at the top. But I mean, at the minute it looks like there's a three-way fight for the title, which is great. Four-way fight for the title with 4 different constructors. That's wonderful. That's going to make this season very entertaining indeed. If I can keep popping up with results for George to help back him up, then maybe we could win the constructors here this season, because the McLarens aren't the strongest with regards to their car. Neither are the Ferrari, and both Lewis and George have lesser ability teammates in Robert and myself. So this could go all the way to the wire for both drivers and constructors between a number of different teams. Our results so far this season have been an 8th, a 5th, an 8th, and an 8th. So we're hoping that Azerbaijan will provide a much better result. Bahrain, we weren't upgraded with the car. Portugal, AI are quite strong there. I mean, it was a new track for me. Spain, AI are quite strong there. And Monaco is Monaco. But points to Monaco for the very first time in this save. Last year in Azerbaijan, we finished 11th. The year before, 15th. This year, I'm aiming for a top 5, if not a podium. I did say at the end of the last stream, if I didn't get a podium in Azerbaijan, I would gift 10 subs to the channel. That still stands. If I finish top 3 here in Azerbaijan, I will gift... Sorry, if I don't finish top 3 here in Azerbaijan, I will gift 10 subs to the Twitch channel. Right. Drop this video a like on YouTube if you're enjoying this save. Make sure you're following on Twitch and the link in the description down below so you can watch these live. Subscribe, and let's jump in to one of my favourite weekends of the season.
That's the fastest lap of the session so far.
P1. I like Baku. I have a funny feeling that won't last into qualifying, but for the time being, myself and my teammate are neck and neck. Although the Mercedes, Lewis hasn't done a set lap on anything other than a set of hards so far, so we can't read too much into it, but we're enjoying Baku. We're very much enjoying Baku. Tyler, thank you for gifting a sub. It's gone to Nate. Welcome to the gang, my man. Lewis still didn't do a lap. Oh, no, he did do a lap on softs and was 4/10 off us. Let's see how that translates into quali, because quali is entirely different. But promising practice times. Promising practice times. I think there's time to come on that lap as well. George doing a 35.4 and Lando also doing a 35.4. Not yet, Tomasi, not as far as I'm aware. Maybe at 6. Should be comfortably through Q1, and we are. Good news. It was a scrappy lap too, so there's definitely plenty of time to come there. Hopefully, should be a pretty straightforward Q3. I might try, actually. I might try and get through on the mediums. Rain? It didn't say it was going to rain. Great, so I've committed to come out on mediums. It said, like, what, at most 20% chance of rain. It said it wasn't going to rain. Unless when we've reloaded the save, it's shown different weather on the email, but actually the weather was the same as the first time we saw it, when it was going to rain, and heavily towards the end of the session. And it's just not updated. Or it has updated. I don't even know what's happened. Yep. Weather's just going to get worse. It's doing the same weather from yesterday, not what it told me it was going to be today. So I'm going to go out on these softs, and I bet it's hammering it down with rain. The game's fucked me. It's given me a different weather forecast, so I thought, okay, the weather's going to be different then. And then what it's done is given me given me a different weather forecast, or given me the previous weather forecast, I feel I am within my rights to restart this session now with that fresh information. Do you guys agree? Thank you for agreeing. We will restart the session. And I'm going to go out immediately on a brand new fresh set of softs before the rain comes. 36.1 puts me P3 for now. 36.1 puts me P3. And now the rain will come. The rain that we weren't aware was coming because it gave me a different fucking weather forecast. They have gone out on mediums, though, and put in decent times. So we will be running a different strategy. We will be running a different strategy to those around us in the Grand Prix. We'll be on softs. They'll all be on mediums. They've all got through on mediums. We're running a different strategy to everybody else in the Grand Prix. Confirmed. Confirmed. Lewis did a 35.6 on mediums, which is just disgusting. There you go. A 36.108. We're right there with our teammate on pace, although, like we say, he did his lap on a medium somehow. But tyre wear will be in our favour. We'll probably go soft, medium, soft in the Grand Prix. Soft, medium, soft will be the plan. I would have gone medium, soft, soft, which is probably what they're going to do. But I'm going to need, yes, intermediate tyres now. I'm going to need to get past those medium runners at the beginning. Otherwise, they're going to get a really good run on me later in the race. Yes, John, I am planning a player career on FIFA 22. DRS enabled. Okay.
Someone's just posted a faster time. You've been dropped to the 4th row. P7.
It's drying up. It's drying up at the end of the session. Waiting to see what everyone else goes out on first. Softs. Everyone's out on softs. Here we go. Dry track. It's going to be close. Between me and Charles Leclerc. Really close. 36.103. 36.103. I think I said P8 on my dash. I think I said P8. I had a couple of scrappy corners. Probably could have made it into the 35s, but no more than a couple of tenths, I don't think.
But before we begin, let's have a quick
George
look
on
at
pole.
those who will be fronting the grid.
Will be the
Russell,
only one
Hamilton,
starting on
and Daniel
softs.
Ricciardo.
I
Goodbye
probably
for
could
now
have
then,
gotten to
folks.
6th,
We're really just getting started.
5th or
Make
6th.
sure to join
Probably
us
could have gotten to
again
5th or
for Lights
6th,
Out
but
tomorrow.
I'm happy enough with 8th, I think.
Good day today.
We can make some moves from there, and strategy hopefully will work in our favour with tyre wear as well. I'm going to say... I want to say power unit, because that's what's in development right now.
You won't be starting at the front of the pack. Are you worried?
No, not at all.
Appreciate your
Well,
time.
if you could ask me some more questions, Claire, that'd be great. From your sponsors. We're going to win the rivalry with Valtteri Bottas. Adam, thank you very much for the brand new Prime Gaming sub, mate. Appreciate it, dude. And thank you, Edwin, for the follow as well. Welcome to the channel, mate. Right. Let's have a look and see what we can do strategy-wise. Then we'll run a prediction for you. What does the grid look like then here in Baku? Well, we know what the grid looks like at the front because we'll see if anyone takes any grid pens, but I don't think it's only the 5th Grand Prix. There shouldn't be any grid pens.
Ricardo
Verstappen,
Lando
Norris,
and
Charles in
Leclerc.
P6 here, me and Schwartzman and myself.
Perez,
Don't think there's going to be any grid penalties anywhere throughout the course of the grid then.
Gasly,
And nothing behind here
Nicholas
really
Latifi,
interests
and
us that much because we're going to be
Bottas,
significantly quicker
Stroll,
than
Yuki
everybody else
Tsunoda,
behind us.
and Guan Yu
And
Zhou.
hopefully on race pace we'll be quicker than a handful in front of
Mick
us as well.
Schumacher,
Certainly on those soft tyres at the beginning.
Mazepin,
The plan
and
then
Kimi
is
Raikkonen
going to be
finishes off
to
the
go
grid.
soft,
That's it then.
medium,
Time to go
soft.
racing.
Kimmy's taking a grid
We
penalty.
head
Like,
to
it was a
trackside
second faster than
for
Mazepin.
today's race.
The plan is then to go soft, medium, soft as we'll be starting the race on the
After the points finish last
the
race,
set of tyres that
aim to
we
keep the
qualified
momentum
on.
going.
Because we could go a few seconds faster, I will adjust that and we'll go mediums in the middle and then softs at the end. Try and extend this stint a little bit. We'll go to lap 12. So 12 laps on the softs, 24 laps on the mediums, and then 25 laps on the mediums, and then 14 laps on the softs right at the very end as we try and chase everybody down. So fuel-wise, we're probably going to be using quite a bit. So I will overfuel the car slightly. I can lift and coast at the end of the lap, I guess. We'll go 51 point. I don't know what to do with fuel. Chat, tell me. What's Baku like? What's Baku like fuel consumption wise? I imagine quite high because of the fact that it's a power circuit. Yeah, quite draining. I would imagine so. Let's put 51.6 laps worth of fuel. 51.7 laps worth of fuel. We'll go 0.7 laps over, and then we can always do some more if we want. Apparently, a 3-stop would actually be quicker. Supposedly, a 3-stop would be quicker, but I think 2 stops probably the way forward because our tyre wear is going to be good enough to make the 2-stop work. Right, that's what we'll do then. A 2-stop, soft, medium, soft, and quite frankly, because we said what we did at the end of the last one, the prediction's quite simple. P3 or higher. Gifted subs or nah. Right, quick toilet break whilst you do that, and then the Baku Grand Prix. Cars behind always make better starts than you. Always. I swear that's true. Every race we do, someone from behind is always rapid. Even though I'm level with cars in front. That was contact from behind from Sergio Perez. Got a Ferrari right on the inside now. Give him room. We'll have the inside line for the next turn. Force him wide. Let's catch up with those in front. Fucking better getting through the twisty bits. See, look at the gap in front. Just rise and rise and rise because I haven't got slipstream on anyone. Oh, I'm too busy trying to pick my fucking drink up. Not having the slipstream's killing me. That's strategy out of the... Fuck's sake. That's strategy out of the window. That's pure frustration. Strategy out the window after 2 laps. Apparently their mediums are super quick compared to my softs. And I can't fucking drive today. Get me off these tyres. Sharpish. Gonna get these super worn soft tyres off.
Track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
It said I'd come out about 17th. We are putting an extra turn of front wing in as well. To see if that makes a difference. We're hoping that the race will come to us later.
Only 1 stop to go. 1 stop left in this strategy.
Coming out at the back of a big old DRS train. Whoa! I didn't know Yuki was there. Hello, son. Now the plan is to try and undercut just some time between ourselves and Carlos Sainz. Not Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc. The only way that's going to work is if we make swiftish movements through this gaggle of cars. Next pit stop's supposed to be lap 37. Excuse me, Yuki, coming through. That was when dirty air's going to fuck me. Oh no. Someone else in the pits. Latifi pitting. Behind both, or with both Aston Martins. Both Aston Martins now. We've seen off Bottas. Yeah, I got a little bit rude on Lance. I think I might have caused him some damage. But because of all the heartache and pain he's caused me in the past couple of Grand Prix, fuck Lance Stroll. I lost pitting, but we'll take that slipstream as long as we can. Oh, I was too busy looking at the fucking top left and forgot to brake. I was looking at the time delta and forgot to fucking brake for the corner. Now I'm back in that can't close them down because they're all slipstreaming and DRS training away from me pattern again. The gap to Schwartzman has just stayed about 23 seconds. It depends what the other drivers do. If those that start at mediums go to mediums next, then I might follow suit, knowing that I'm hopefully faster than them on this compound. But if they go to softs, I've got to go to softs. I'll try and make these mediums last as long as possible. Maybe make my soft stint shorter just to get the better of the tyres so they don't age too much. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Hopefully a purple sector 3. Or at least the fastest lap. Because I hold the fastest lap and if I'm going purple, another fastest lap.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Frustrating that George can't get past Lewis. Just sat there in P2. What's the point in being pole every time? It's like Valtteri Bottas. It's like real life Bottas as a teammate. He gets pole, but then can't convert it. He only converted it in Monaco because Lewis retired. Our current stint is set to last 25 laps. Or rephrase, we set the stint to last 25 laps comfortably, but because our soft tyres were the ones we qualified on and just didn't go as far as we would have liked them to, we extended this stint by 2 laps at the beginning, and if I can extend it at the end I will too, but it depends what everyone else goes to. I imagine they're going to go medium, soft, soft. Okay, Verstappen's in the pits, as is a McLaren. And they're going to softs, as I thought they would do. They're going medium, soft. But then what do they go to next? That's the question. After they've done this soft stint,
16.2 seconds.
what are they going to next? We're with them now, but they will disappear. I imagine they're going soft, medium, because they pit as early as they have. I think they're going medium, soft, medium. I lost 2 tenths just around that one right-hander. Just trying to keep up. George is out of the pits, as is Lewis. Lando's in there now. And they're all going to softs. We're ahead of Lando and Leclerc, so the undercut has worked in that instance. They're going to be so far. Leclerc's actually gone to mediums. Leclerc's gone medium, medium. That's intriguing. So Leclerc's going medium, medium, soft, whereas I imagine the others are going to go medium, soft, medium then, presumably. Lando just he was either going to overtake me if I let him, or he was going to ram into me, trying to overtake me at that turn. I had no choice there but to let Lando go. Robert Schwartzman's in the pits as well, so we're up to P6. Robert's gone to softs, though. Robert's gone to softs. Just never makes a move, does he? Into turn 1, he never makes a move. There's nothing I can do against Leclerc here. He's got DRS, and he'll just float past me.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
But Leclerc, I should be able to stay with. I hope. Genuinely wants me to one stop. No, Jeff. If only I hadn't lost the DRS train at the beginning of the race, I could have worked my way through it. Been more aggressive. Little things like that are what's making the difference now. We're at the sharp end of the grid, and little mistakes are having such massive consequences. And at the minute, I don't have the consistency to compete. Car's top of the performance index. For some reason, 100 difficulty this year is so much harder than 100 difficulty in previous years. Thank you for the follow, Robbie. I'm hoping that Leclerc's going to another set of mediums at the end. That's what I have to pray for. The McLarens and the Red Bull in front of Leclerc are fighting tooth and nail. And I'm hoping it's going to slow everybody up and back them up into me. Oh, it's dramatically... Oh, fucking drive into all, you twat. If it were just two teammates, if it were just the two McLaren teammates, then it wouldn't matter. Because they'd just drive and not interfere with each other's Grand Prix.
Incident on track resulting in loose debris.
To be fair, I think it's just the McLaren's getting past whoever it is. Presumably it's Max. It's just the McLaren's fighting to get past the Red Bull is the issue. That's what's slowing them up. But it is bringing us back into play a little bit. Yeah, because the McLaren in front now is just disappearing down the road. So they're just... Oh, and he's pitting now anyway. It's Verstappen and he's in the pits from that soft set of tyres. They may even three-stop. If he goes to mediums next, which he has done, then he'll go to the end. Yeah. They're medium, soft, mediuming. Or at least Verstappen is anyway. Would have been great if Max could have stayed out another lap or two, just to slow everybody else in front down a little bit more. Lewis is leading the race from George. They've been glued to each other for the whole Grand Prix. It's just that George doesn't have the ability at the moment to get past Lewis and take the lead back. George did start on pole, just fucked it. Same way he did in Spain. Leclerc has just taken Daniel Ricciardo to take P4. They're now fighting in front instead. The gap is coming down just because there's so many cars in such a short space of track that they're all getting next to each other and getting their elbows out. Oh, and they're overtaking a back marker as well, which is fucking them up. Mazepin is just a mobile chicane in between all of them. If I'm still in DRS of someone, I might make them last a little bit longer. I probably could maybe try and one stop, but I'd be so slow and have such little grip, it'd probably be pointless. At some point soon, their soft tyres are, in theory, supposed to go off. But they're still quite happily gallivanting away from me. I haven't driven very well for ages, have I? I haven't had actually a genuinely good, solid drive for a while. Lewis in the pits as well, but he'll almost undoubtedly come out ahead of George, which is indeed what's happening. Lando's in the pits as well, though. Russell currently down to P3 as Leclerc takes P2. Russell out on mediums, as presumably Lewis is too. Sainz has picked from behind me as well. It appears the Ferrari power differential is substantial. I probably should have put a fresh power unit in as well, shouldn't I, for this Grand Prix? Oh, I keep doing that, just not paying attention, just dropping a clip in the wall. George being stuck behind Leclerc is just continually handing Lewis Hamilton a victory. No, Leclerc stayed out. Leclerc stayed out. That's good for us. We relatively nailed the pit entry too. Leclerc stayed out. So we should hopefully gain some time on him. Oh, a 1.8 second stop is delicious.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So we're down to 9th. But with hopefully enough pace in the tyres to at least get us to P7. Leclerc has stayed out again. Leclerc continues to go on that set of medium tyres. I don't know whether that's going to work for us or not. I'm going to set a new set of mediums as my next set of tyres if there's a safety car. I mean, I should have asked, shouldn't I? I should have asked. I could have asked Jeff what strategy he was on. He may well go to the end on those mediums and try and hold on for a podium, but Lando Norris was bearing down on me, and the gap was only about 10 seconds, and there's plenty of race left. I wonder if I'd have put a new engine in, whether it would have made much difference for this race weekend. No, Leclerc's in the pits. He is pitting. Leclerc's in the pits. He is pitting as we set the fastest lane for the race. Leclerc will probably set that. Oh, he's come out in front of us, but 5 seconds. We closed the gap to Leclerc by about half, but he's still come out in front of us. So we won't get Leclerc, but hopefully we can get Sainz and Schwartzman to finish P7, at least. Yeah, we didn't have any regulation changes from Season 2 to 3. Thanks for the follow, palm trees are lovely, I agree. Nikita Mazepin is out of the Grand Prix. As Leclerc and Schwartzman are battling, we set another fastest lap of the race. But Leclerc and Perez will now be setting fastest laps between the two of them, I imagine. They'll certainly be quicker than me, especially Leclerc with that Ferrari power unit. It's definitely got the edge on the Mercedes one, doesn't it? 100%. There are some back markers here to try and get past. Annoyingly, I think Sainz is going to get DRS off.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making
Zhou and
another pit
Raikkonen
stop.
really hindering. And we've taken them both super quickly. That's brought us right up behind Carlos Sainz. We managed to navigate those two very well indeed.
Perez has just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Son of a bitch, there goes my fastest lap. We thought that might happen though. I'm surprised Leclerc hasn't done it yet. There you go, Leclerc does set the fastest lap of the race, as we thought he might. Oh, big lock-up from Carlos Sainz on his front left. A massive lock-up. That wasn't the sole reason we got past, but it definitely helped. And we're trying to get away now. Oh, glasses of destiny from Ryan to try and get Sainz then Schwartzman. We've got Sainz. I think Schwartzman's actually pulling away from me again. I think he's got some DRS on someone. He's actually pulling away from me again. Oh. I love the inside line for the next turn. We're back through. Callum Ilot's out of the session. Why? I'm not sure. And yes, now we pray for a safety car. If we get a safety car, I'd definitely stop for either... Probably for fresh mediums, actually. Rather than the used set of softs. 4 seconds to Schwartzman. He's got DRS on Max, and that's what's killing us. Max Verstappen is helping pull Schwartzman away from us.
Yellow flag. The track is clear.
So
Green
frustrating.
flag.
Again, just not being part of a DRS train is going to kill us off. Max is DRSing off Leclerc. And Schwartzman's DRSing off Max. And as such, I won't catch them unless we have a safety car. Which is unlikely at the moment. Where at real life, there absolutely would have been one by now. That was a terrible corner by me. And that's brought Carlos Sainz back within DRS range. Well done, Chez. You tick. You did. My only hope is that Schwartzman and Verstappen start to fight. Otherwise it's going to be a fourth P5 of 5 races for us here at Baku. Trying to keep Sainz behind, but he just keeps clinging on to that DRS.
To the car in front
Schwartzman and
is
Verstappen are
3.4
continuing to
seconds.
fight though. A lot. A lot.
Some information on Schwartzman. They seem to have an issue.
Oh shit, Robert's got a problem with his car now. With 6 laps to go, or 7 laps to go, Robert has a problem with his car. And he's only going to continue to hold Max up. So we should at least gain 1 position, but hopefully, with the way we're gaining on them, and hopefully with the ability to try and stay ahead, we might make it into P6 yet in this Grand Prix. Leclerc, I think, is just gone though. I don't think we'll be... Well, no, Leclerc would be gone anyway. Because he's on fresher soft tyres than us. And the McLarens are just that much extra further down the line. I don't think we catch them. Schwartzman's really slow here. It'll be a real issue at this part of the track, that's for sure. Unfortunately, it's kind of brought Carlos Sainz back into play behind us as well, but at least we're in DRS range now for the next main straight dash. And if Robert Schwartzman is having problems in a straight line, then we'll certainly get him. And Max will too. We might be able to make a double overtake here if we're lucky. Saving my battery. We're going to go for a double overtake. I don't think I'm close enough. I might get Robert, but no, I'm not even going to get
We're
Robert.
trailing our teammate by 31.0 seconds.
I need to get past Robert now. That is what you call Dan Dare on the brakes, Daniel Ricciardo style. Lick a stamp, fucking send it, lads. P7. Science has passed as well. Now the aim is to get past Max into P6. Oh, I think he might have some damage. He's so slow round turns. Now, if Leclerc could catch those McLarens and start to slow them up, that'd be great, but I don't think that's going to happen. Max may even pit if he's got damage. But he's staying out. Let's see if he's got damage. It might just be tyre wear, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's got damage. Yeah, look, the front left end plate's half gone. That's how you get it done. Right, let's take a thumbnail, shall we?
This is your final lap of the race.
So as we start the final lap, we're pretty solid in P6. And it's a case of what could have been here in Baku. The podium
There's only one lap of fuel
would have
remaining.
been there for the taking. The podium absolutely would have been there for the taking if we could have just hung on to that DRS train at the very beginning of the race. Such finite things are going to decide whether we have a really successful race weekend and end up with podiums and maybe the occasional victory, or it's going to be a case of battling like we have today to try and sort strategy to finish 5th, 6th, 7th, etc. We've had a decent race all told. After a frustrating first stint, strategy certainly played in our favour. And we've made some good overtakes along the way, including licking the stamp and sending it on Robert Schwartzman earlier, and then on Max Verstappen too. But George starts on pole and finishes P2, unfortunately. For the second time, he started
The gap to the car
in
ahead
front
is 8.3
and not been able to
seconds.
convert. Once in Spain and now here in Azerbaijan. And to be fair, he probably only won the Monaco Grand Prix because Lewis retired. George not quite got the edge on Lewis at the moment. Is that a sign of things to come in real life next year? I'm not sure. Potentially, but we'll take a P6. It should see us move further forwards in the constructors, although McLaren both finishing third and fourth might actually provide them more points. So at the moment, McLaren, I get driver of the day at least. At the moment, McLaren look favourites for the constructors, and Lewis and George will probably fight it out for the drivers. And reliability may well decide the title, as it very nearly did last year, but Bottas was able to hold out. So our Mercedes engine 1, 2, 3.
Let's have a look.
We
then at the
finished
driver's
P6.
standings. It's a
In the
great
end, my
result from
fastest
Lewis
lap was
Hamilton, who moves
my
further
fastest
ahead
lap was
at the top
faster
of the
than
table.
George's, although his
So,
fastest lap
Anthony
would have done
Davidson,
on
who would
mediums
you
and mine
rank
was
as
done
your
on
driver of
softs.
the day?
I have to give
8th
it
to
Woods.
6th.
They did a great job
8th
getting
to
the
6th
most out of
apparently
their tyres
was
without
good
losing
enough for
pace.
driver of the
Something
day,
that's a
so
very handy
not
skill
sure
to
about
have
that.
in modern day Formula One.
It's time to see how
We
things
didn't
are
make
shaping
it.
up in the
We didn't
constructors.
make it onto the podium, therefore we will say no for the prediction. And as promised,
This is a great thing for the team, isn't it?
it's fantastic, is what we'll say. As noted at the end of the last episode, because I didn't make the podium, 10 gifted subs on the way. 10 gifted subs on the way. We get the better of our rival, however, again, unsurprisingly. And in the next Grand Prix in France, we should be able to finalise, or we will finalise that. The 10 gifted subs have gone to Danny D, J-Mobs, Tilly, Eddie Stobfart, Burrowfred, Doman Tom, Ben Smith, Logan Curry, Safe Nath, and Tyler. Welcome to the gang, boys. Welcome to the gang. We get all of our objectives from our sponsors as well, so maximum income afforded to us. Russell's doing a decent job for us at the moment, but not amazing. I'm going to try and improve his pace and his focus here so that he's better for the Canadian Grand Prix, next. It's Canada next. Now, we have enough resource points now to redo the exhaust and max out that. 7 days left on the rotors, so they will be complete for the Grand Prix in France that I previously thought. So let's see. I want to redo unknown upgrade. I need to improve my durability department to be able to improve there. So we'll do that here. Build time. I need spec 3, really. But if we get spec 3 there, then we should be able to plunge the resource points into everything else. Cash, morale. Or we can lose 20k cash to get a 50% discount. That's not a problem at all. And sponsorships have run out. Zero and PSD have run out. So then, do we rethink our sponsors? Let's have a look. Achieve a podium finish with Slingshot. That's probably doable with George at least, but I won't. It's not a podium finish as a team. 20 constructors points during a race weekend. I can't guarantee that. Outqualify your rival. At the minute I can guarantee that, but I've only got that for one more race. Score 20 constructors championship points during a race. That we certainly could do. So let's sign with Asiatic or Asiatic Dynamics. And then another one. 15 constructors points in a weekend. Earn driver of the day with Savant. We could do 15 constructors points. Achieve a top 4 during the race. I can't necessarily do that, but George could. 5 constructors points with 0 again. Achieve at least 1 podium within the team. We can do that because we expect George to be on the podium most races. So his contract needs renewing in 84 days. We have 84 days. 2.5, nearly 3 months to raise the extra £7 million we're going to need to add to his contract. So we need to now add new sponsors to the car. Let's go with Asiatic Dynamics on that one. Then here we can go with Zanzer. Go with Zanzer on there as well. Here we can go with Asiatic. And on the outside here, we'll go with Asiatic as well because it's bigger and looks better. Right, new sponsors on the cut. What have I got? Why have I got a little dot there? I'm not sure. What have we got as extra thingies? Oh, hello. There are some new personal stickers. We won't change for now. We'll stick with the Michael Schumacher one. Right. We may change power unit, actually, for the next Grand Prix. Probably shouldn't I? When's Austria? That's what I'm thinking we might need a new power unit for. If I put a new power unit in for Canada, then I can use the older power unit for France. And then we can throw the other one in for Austria and be quicker there. I think that makes sense. Right, let's advance towards Canada. See what the weather's going to be like in North America. 2,000 resource points on the nose. Let's go to the race. Read more personalised decals, was it? Okay, fair enough. Let's see what the weather's going to be like in Canada before we end. Mixed conditions in the race. Mixed conditions in the race. Dry to start, wet at the end. And we know now, regardless of whether we get a change in what that looks like when we reload the save next time, that's definitely going to be what the weather pattern is. We found that out the hard way in qualifying today, didn't we? So, what do the standings look like? George is second to Lewis, a point clear of Lando, who's 9 clear of Charles. I'm down in 8th currently, 2 points behind Robert Schwartzman. So the Mercedes and the Chesnoid Racing are basically battling it out amongst themselves between 2 spots in the driver's standings, then McLaren and Ferrari are doing similarly. McLaren still lead the way in the constructors. Mercedes second by 3 points, 10 points back to Ferrari and 3 points back to us. It's going to be a 4-way fight for the constructors, and who knows what's going to happen in the drivers. Lewis and George look like they're a cut above the rest, but DNFs can have a big part to play in the way that it all pans out. Right, that will do me for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching on the YouTube video. If you've enjoyed, drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for Canada. Bye-bye.